Yeah, in the same area we just were on the other side is where Cat Boat Basin is. This is one of the areas you'd go if you want to go out in either the bay or the ocean to do some real fishing. See if we can get a little closer. This is where we do the Sunday morning cruises during the winter, okay? When they don't charge to get into the parking lot, because once Memorial Day comes, they start to charge. When Labor Day comes, they stop charging. So, because obviously this holds a lot more. Plus the concession stands open, you know, all 12 months out of the year because people are still fishing. So it's nice. You get a cup of coffee, hot chocolate, a bagel, whatever you want, an egg sandwich. You can see some of the big boats, 75-footers, 100-footers. So, and they got a big pier off to the right there you go fishing on. This is where last year the guy launched that XR, I can't even get it right, Mazda RX-7 into the channel. It was from this parking lot, went right across this grass, and he actually launched it into an area where there was no boat. The boat was out, which was surprising, because the two boats next to it were still there. And he launched it full speed. I think he was hanging out of the window. Something happened with the remote start, and the car had an LS6, 7, whatever, vet motor in it, driveline, and the car just took off. And they have pictures of it. I mean, the boat's next to it is 75 feet. He made it 3/4 of the way, so he made it a good 55 feet, 60 feet, and that's where the boat sunk, and the car sunk. So there's also a boat ramp over here that you can't see. It's actually on the other side, right over there. There's the actual road to it, right on the other side of this island. But I know I haven't been getting any pictures at car shows. I just haven't had the time to actually stop and videotape cars. I'm going to try and do it at lake compounds this year when I wander off, because that's primarily a swap meet and a small car show and a cars for sale. So you know the people that are going there to buy stuff, as opposed to a lot of the ones here on Long Island where it's primarily a car show and then a swap meet. So most of the people that come to your spot brought their show car there. So it's harder to sell stuff. I mean, when we go up to Connecticut, there's people come from Massachusetts, Maine, Vermont, obviously Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, upstate New York, and they're coming, you know, to build their car, you know, like a real rat rod, whatever car, and you know the deal. So we're heading back onto Ocean Parkway, and I think we're gonna head home, and I'm gonna get that trailer emptied. So. Yeah, we only bought one thing yesterday at the swap meet, and it was actually the only thing we were looking for. We were looking for a guitar amp for my son, who just bought a brand new guitar. He's just learning. He bought an Epiphone by Gibson. Seems like a nice guitar. He was very comfortable with it in the store playing it. They told me it was a decent guitar, but I really don't know. I know nothing about guitars. So, I mean, he didn't have an amp. So I told him, let's hold off, we'll go to the swap meet. We seem to find everything at the swap meet. And we go walking in, and some guy's got, he said he barely used it. There wasn't a scratch, a scuff on it. I think it's made by Crate or somebody, I don't know. A 15-watt basic, I guess, practicing amp, I don't know what you call it. And I looked at it, my son didn't want it at first, because my son figured, you know, he's at an automotive swap meet, he could find, you know, one of these ones as if he's Led Zeppelin. So I asked the guy how much he wanted. He said 20 bucks. I haggled him down to 15. I asked my son if he wanted. He said no, so he walked away. And being a kid, it took him like 40 minutes to realize that if he bought that amp, he could go home and play tonight. You know what I mean? And if he wanted to get a better amp later on, he could. So he said, Dad, I'm going to go, you know, see if I can get that amp. I said, okay. I handed him a 10, a 5, and 3 singles to to see what combination he could shoot a guy down with too. And he came back and shoot him down to $10. So, and he was playing it last night, and he seems to be very happy with it, which I was surprised. So, yep, we're on Ocean Parkway. We're going to be crossing over the double bridges now. This is in line to that single bridge we were walking under before. And this is the actual bank. That's east. Oops, that's west. And obviously this is north. So we're heading towards the North Shore.